Hello, how's everyone and their families doing? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I hope everyone and their families are doing quite well by the grace. So, today we're going to have a freestyle discussion in terms of pressure. Like I feel like there are so many people like because of pressure they get themselves into situation that they can't handle, and it affects them emotionally, psychologically, and excuse me, the oh my god, I'm drinking. Sorry guys, excuse me. Oh my god, how you doing? It's good to see you. Wafa K, what's up? All right, so freestyle discussion, and I'm going to focus mostly on pressure. Because of pressure, we have some people who find themselves in relationships that cause them a whole lot, in marriages, the type of work, even on social media, the dress that they have to put on, makeups, and oh my gosh, pretentious life that they have to live just to suit other people's uh desires, I guess, because a lot of times, for me, I do things for myself. I can't. I do not have the time and the patience to suit people's needs. Not needs, desires. I move individually. I do not move with the crowd because when you move with the crowd, you are most likely to be distracted, right? Just figure out your path, do it at your own pace. Sasanto Abras, Apomuti saying, Mwakwaba. Uh, just do things that makes you happy. Don't worry about what other people are doing because other people are not you. They're not me, right? You are you, I'm me, right? And there's no need for any of us to live a lifestyle just to feel accepted or to belong, right? Sometimes it's good to move alone because when you move alone, you are most likely to be successful in life rather than have all those bumps, because there are some people who comes into our lives. They don't come in our lives to like elevate us. They come into our life to prevent us from getting to where we need to be, and it's not difficult for many people to do. Yeah, common sense is not so common. Some people, they have the brain sitting in their head, but it's not functioning. We do have people who cannot function without someone directing them. What do I mean by that? If a friend of them, a family member, a parent, their significant others or whomsoever does not tell them what to do, they are stuck. They cannot move along. They just stay in one spot. And when I do program with Mama Ya on it, right? And she will laugh. The minute I start talking about this, she will start laughing. Most of us in here, and many people knows that when it comes to a square, we have how many corners? Four corners. Within these four corners, we have some people like us, who have acquired knowledge, have wisdom. We will utilize all the four corners. And once we no longer have any other space within the square, the box, that will not help us grow, what do? We step outside that comfort zone and we exploit other options. Now, there are some people, the ones that I'm saying that they cannot function without someone directing them. They are fully aware that within the box, there are four corners. But these people, you place them within that box and you ask them to utilize whatever options or opportunities that they get. They will tell you, all right, they will not. Koli. However, when it comes to utilizing things, they will continue, they will pick one corner of the box, of the square, right? Within that box, they will pick one corner, forgetting that there are three other options available, and they will utilize that one corner for the rest of their life. They will keep using it even when they are stuck. They cannot go anywhere. They just will keep pushing it like it's going to fall over. That's not happening. Instead of them choosing to change their ways and learn new coping skills, they will choose to use that same corner over and over. And if things does not work out for them, or they are unable to elevate themselves, and they see their friends, their significant others, and other people excelling, what do? They don't go over and ask questions as to how they did it or to learn different ways to go about things. They will develop in their mind. Mom. Oh, Lord Jesus. Excuse me for a minute. Mommy. Hello? Did she just call? Oh, probably she realized I'm live, so she hang up. Okay, can you call mommy? Maybe she might need something. Thanks. So instead of them approaching the person or talking to people to acquire knowledge, they would develop unhealthy thoughts in their head, right? First of all, they will kind of result into giving excuses, blaming other people for their unsuccessful decisions that they make, unsuccessful life. They will blame the family that they come from, the country that they come from. They will blame everybody, anybody, with the exception of themselves, because they're not ready. They cannot function on their own unless someone tells them what they need to do. And most of these people, when you switch that into their beliefs and religion, right, they are more inclined to be manipulated, be told that their mothers are witches, their mothers are the reasons why they cannot succeed in life, and they will take it to heart. They will truly believe it, right? You have four different corners to utilize to expand yourself, but they keep using one corner. Meanwhile, there are three other options. So if you are a man or a woman or a female or a male, because there's always two, and you are in a relationship or are married to someone who have this fixed mindset or closed mindset, who cannot take opportunities and exploit themselves or want to change because they like the way that they are, They were never taught like that because that would be their national anthem, right? They telling you straight up, I'm not changing. I will not change except who I am whatsoever. If you don't like it, you can leave because they will never change. So you will have to change yourself and change so many ways, every means for to suit these people. So that will be up to you as to whether or not this is the type of lifestyle you want to develop, right? Because there you have family members, friends, and people putting pressure on you. Listen, being single is not a disease. There is nothing wrong with a woman choosing to be single. There is nothing wrong with a man choosing to be single. In fact, there are some men and some women out there. They prefer just being with someone, having a child or two, and just co-parenting or being a single parent. They don't want to be bothered because they don't want to have to deal with foolishness and nonsense. Because there are some people, when you choose to live with them, you will regret it. You will never be happy. You will be so stressed. You can never do anything that will make you happy. Every single day, you feel miserable. Misery likes company, and you can't, like, you just will put yourself in a pit, or in a container. You can expand yourself. Rick, what's up? So it's really important for us to develop our mind. It is H Cook. We need to develop our mind. You cannot just be receptive to what people tells you or what others say. If someone talk in terms of things, right, it's good to listen. If you feel it's beneficial, great. Take what is beneficial for you, because sometimes it's not everything that you have to take along to implement into your life. And there are some things you can take, but you don't necessarily need to implement at the moment because you don't have a need of it. What you have is working. So why change it? If it's helping you develop and you are happy with that, stick with it. We have some people, when they learn new things, they throw out the things that are working to try to utilize something that they don't have any idea. They just learn, they don't even have understanding of what it means. And then they start struggling. Like, trouble does not look for human. Human looks for trouble. In our Chi language, we have to say, asam empe nipa, nipa nepa asam. And it's true. Asam nkɔ hwehwɛ nipa akyiri akwan. Ba nipa bebree ɛkɔpɛ asam ma ɔmo ho. And which are some of these problems? You may have some people who will be so invested in other people's marriage. It's none of their business, but they will be so invested in somebody else's marriage. Why is that? What are they looking for? What did they get out of it? They will be the only one who can tell you why they put themselves in such manner, such situation, because that's who they are. They cannot function without creating some type of drama or situation, because anything normal, peaceful, is abnormal to them. Your normal could be somebody else's abnormal, right? When you raise children, or when you grow up in a toxic environment, in order for you to break that cycle, you need to be able to be receptive and acknowledge that there's something wrong with you. You need help. Either get a professional counseling, uh, learn some coping skills, ways and means how to talk to people and people to understand where you're coming from. Because anybody can have a conversation, but how effective your conversation, your discussions are, is a total different thing. Right? We can communicate by screaming, by yelling, by singing, doing a lot of things, speaking gibberish, wisdom, whatsoever. It's communication. You can even communicate nonverbal gestures, right? Some of us communicate with the eyes, growing up. Some of us, your mom or your dad raised their eyebrow. You know what that means. You're not gonna do what you've been doing. You're gonna stop. If you know what you're doing is unacceptable, once you get that eye contact, it's about to go down. So you're gonna stop, right? And nowadays with kids, that eye contact means nothing to them. You need to use your words. You can't just say no to your child without giving them um, a reason, a reason as to why you're saying no. I don't tell my kids maybe no. For a child, maybe to them is you saying yes. So when you're communicating with your children, you need to make sure you either saying a yes or no. There's no in between, right? So you, the adult, have that um, common sense and be clear with your child if they're going to be getting X, Y, and Z, or if they are not. Because if you go always going to be like maybe, you are inconsistent. You yourself, you don't even know what it is that you're doing. Stay away from maybe. Let's see what happens. No, you can't say that. You need to either say yes or no, right? And then for most kids, they need to know, they will ask you, kids will follow up. Why you say no? Okay, first of all, I'm saying no because you're not even done with your homework. You need to get your homework done. You need to make sure that you're studying, you're getting good grades. And then on your birthday, if you keep your grades up, you will get X, Y, and Z, right? My birthdays, kids already know. Kids gonna get their birthday present, right? However, if they want something really badly, something that they're going to have to like earn that. It shouldn't have to be that they just up and get it. Set clear expectation for your children. So you have some, especially when it comes to more Ghanaian women, right? Most Ghanaian women go into relationship almost chimpruna for our rear in hopes of sa and no turning into our rear. Most Ghanaian women, they go into relationship in hopes that that kind of relationship, dating, whatsoever, courting, will turn into marriage. For sure. Most of our men, I'm not a man, so I can't speak for the men. Okay, do you guys go into relationship to get married or just to exploit? All of it? Okay. Kay says all of it. Somewhat marriage and exploit. That's what Kay is saying. So if there's any men here who feel different, you can also share your thoughts, but I truly believe women I'm Ghanaian, so I can speak about Ghanaians. Ghanaian women mostly get into relationship. Of course, they're hoping that they get married to the person, right? Because some of us, put in our all, trying to assist, support. That's why some people will be saying that, dating is more fun than being married. Because when you date, there's no consistent expectation. You don't have to do much. It's like you have to front. Fronting is you show a lot of skills that you want the men to see, right? Even though you know yourself as to whether or not you're going to be a helpful wife or Mary Jata wife or a poisonous wife. You know yourself, right? But when you're in a relationship, you always show the best side of you. You hardly want to your partner to find out some of your flaws or most of your flaws. You will hide them up until y'all get married. Then you're going to start showing yourself. Mr. Mercy, it's saying, hey, okay, what are you doing? You can take those things out? Really? Huh. I see. It's cleaning time. Okay, let me not let K distract me. He's distracting me for sure. Yes, you did because I'm curious what you're doing now. Why are you choosing now to do that? Hmm? Okay. So, like, when it comes to pressure, right? I mean, some of us take on some things that we may not be ready for emotionally, psychologically, physically. Before we get ourselves into things, being in a relationship, taking the bigger step to be committed into the relationship, making the decision to get married and to whom you want to get married to, taking on your flaws plus the other person's flaws, right? Because when you do get married, it's not only your stuff that becomes your responsibility. You and your partner, your responsibility, well, you are responsible for yourself, for your own happiness, right? And for the both of you to be happy, there needs to be effective communication, being supportive to one another, have, kind of like displaying or doing a lot of caring gestures, um, loving one another, of course. Love yourself, right? Because if you do not love yourself, you can never love someone without loving yourself, because you will not be able to produce what you do not have. Some people will be like, I love this guy to death. I love this woman to death. Do you love yourself to death? If you don't, then it's just talk, right? And maybe you are obsessed with that person, because sometimes we do see people that we have some type of attraction to, and we think that we in love with the person, right? You may have an attraction. It could be physical attraction, sexual attraction, like any type of attraction. So sometimes, people mistake temptation or lust with love. And it has nothing to do with, one has nothing to do with the other, right? But like, damn, sometimes you may see someone, your heart just start pounding like crazy. But like, where is this coming from? I don't even know this person. Why the heck am I being am I reacting to this person, right? And that you ask yourself and you don't know what to do. And when something is new, it feels good, right? When something is new, feels good, you just want to get more and more of it. But then when you get tired of it, you be like, oh Lord, what came over me? Why? Like, what's wrong with me? Right? That's because in most cases, we do have some men, some women, when they leave from one relationship to another, they do not. Hey, boss twin, how you doing? It's good to see you. Ah. So like they don't fully heal. But many of us know when it comes to men, right? Men do not develop attachment, right? Or am I lying? Men go into relationships or they go outside their marriages for sex and comfort. Please, men out there listening to me, if you feel different, you feel you beg to differ, let me know your thoughts. All right. Because I'm not only here to teach, I'm also here to learn. Okay. So, and women, we seek attention and develop emotional connection. Uh-huh. That's why it's very difficult for any man whose significant other, female partner, cheats on them, sleep with someone else. They cannot let it go because they know in order for their woman to allow another man to, you know, um, enter their under canoe, to have a taste of their tonga, there needs to be, they have some type of emotional connection with that person to allow that. And then, there are some women who just love having sex. So, they will just sleep with anyone. Do like it doesn't matter to them, right? So I mean, when it comes to lives, our lives, you have some people who will live a pretentious life, right? They will pretend to be someone that they're not or something that they're not. But because it's so important to them, they do it. Joyce, how are you? They do it in a way that when it comes to um, them fronting, they will give you, I mean, they will act on that. They will perform to convince you that what they're presenting is what they are. Meanwhile, it's the opposite. All right. So when you come through on TikTok, tap and give me some love. Oh my gosh. Okay. Did you get to call mommy? So with pressure, right? We have some women who will get married, because the person that comes through is their last stop, right? So being that is their last stop, they will settle for less because of desperation, um, money, material things, property, and age. They getting old. Because you hear a lot of people, after 30, a woman's, biological clock stops, they will have difficulties conceiving. But the way that some family members, friends, and society will pressure you when you get married now. Oh, when you're going to have your first child, when you're going to have your second, like the pressure that they will put on you. And having many people recognize that when someone is stressed, they will not be able to conceive. It's too much. They will not be able to, because I remember like my own marriage, like when before we even set our marriage date, my father-in-law, my husband's father, we spoke a couple times, and every single time that we talk, before we will hang up, he will always talk about, well, when we get married, he would like to have his a grandson or a granddaughter within uh within the year that we get married. So like, and when he says it, I will just, will not say anything. I will kind of like laugh it off, and we will say goodbye and stuff like that. But once we hang up, I will think about it. Why does he always like say that? Is that really necessary for him to keep saying the same thing each time we have a conversation? I couldn't figure it out why. And it was a stressor. I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? It's just too much. And then as time goes on, close to our marriage, like, some things did happen. And, like sometimes you have people who will date for months and years, and they choose not to um have any type of sexual activities, just holding hands because of their belief and stuff like that. For me, I needed to taste it to make sure it's working, because I'm not going to be married to some someone that I care for, and then when it comes to bedroom performance, he cannot perform. That's not happening because I can go into something and just come out of it that way. So I did, I have to, I didn't wait. And thank God for that. Sexy love. What's up? So, but, prior to my marriage, like, I missed my monthly for maybe a month or 2 months, right? And normally when you miss your monthly, now it's like most likely you're pregnant. So I waited for almost the second month, and then I went and got pregnancy tests to see what's happening. I was like, okay, maybe, like, we both did not take precautions. So if it comes, it comes. We would just have to be responsible and stuff like that. But then when I took the test, expecting to see 2 lines, it's still negative, and I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? This is not good. So I called my mom, who is a nurse, and I told her what was happening. She was like, okay, you need to go see your doctor. I knew I need to go see my doctor, but I guess I needed someone to kind of push me anyway. So I made the appointment to go see my doctor. I explained to him what's happening and everything. He was like, okay, let's take some x-rays and see what's happening. So they took some x-rays, and then I think a day or two later, I got a call from my doctor, and he was like, um, I need to come to the hospital because they found something, but it's not clear, and they need me to take. He needs to. I need to go take MIR. So I was like, okay. I went, and they scheduled me for the next day to take the MIR and stuff like that. So I went and got the MIR and stuff like that. And then the result came. He calls me again. I went and everything. And then he explained to me that I have a solid mass on my right ovary. And I was like, what the? Uh, and it seems that it has damaged my right ovary. I was like, okay, so what's the next step? He was like, the extent of the damage, the only thing is to remove it. And I was like, remove it? I want to have children. What are you talking about? He was like, well, your leftover is just chilling because he knows that when you have sex with your partner, the right ovary will receive everything. So that one is just not doing anything. Is it? But once the right one is removed, the left one will take over. I was like, okay, all right. So when can we have the surgery? He gave me the date. And when I calculate the date, it was like 20 days before Kay and I get married. And I was like, oh my gosh, of all the things, when I'm just about to get married, I have to experience this thing. Like, what the heck? It was like so stressful. It was not easy. So I ended up having the surgery, everything, and the specialist told me that I asked the specialist after the surgery, I was like, how long would it take for me to get pregnant? He was like, my gosh, you want to have children that fast? I was like, yes, because I want to have kids. And he was like, normally when we have this type of surgery, like it takes a year or two. I was like, a year or two? That's too long. My gosh. And he was like, I mean, like it depends on everyone, because our body is built differently. I was like, oh my gosh, this is too much. Anyhow, I called my baby sister and she was like, you know what? Just challenge God. I was like, what do you mean? She was like, whatever it is that you're looking for, challenge him. And between you and him, you promise something. So I was like, okay, doesn't hurt. So I did. I did challenge. And long behold, 2 months. Okay, I don't know if it was your power. Okay, 2 months after the surgery. Hey, 2 months after the right ovary was removed. So I conceived and I didn't even know then because I went to my mom's and I was eating and I love spicy food. So as I was eating, I realized that for the past couple weeks, each time I eat, the food would stay right here on my chest, right? And as I was eating at my mom's, I was like, I don't know, but for the past couple of weeks, each time I eat, it sits up here. And my mom was like, well, on your way back, just get the um pregnancy test and check. And I was like, what are you talking about? I just have a surgery, mom. What are you talking? Please. She was like, just get it. So on my way back, I did. I got two pregnancy tests from a 99-cent store. And then when I took it, they were both positive. And I was like, wait a minute, I got these two from 99-cent store. Maybe it's not it's not good. There's something wrong with it. So I went to Rite Aid and got another pregnancy test, which was like with tax, it was a little bit $20 or maybe up to $20. I don't quite remember. It's been a long while. And then I came home, I took that and it came positive. So I was like, oh my gosh. That was like the most happiest day of my life. So I lined them up on the dining table And I went to the kitchen, I'm cooking. And where I put it, I made it in a way that when my husband comes from work, he will see them. Well, if I ask him to get me something from the dining table, he should be able to see them. And when he came through, he went, he did everything that he has to do. Sister Sage, welcome. Apomo is saying he did everything that he has to do. And then I was like, hey, can you grab me X, Y, and Z from the dining table? So he went to the dining table, and whatever it is that he was getting, it took him a lot longer, right? And he's looking at the pregnancy test, that's like line up over there. And then he looked at me, he looked right back there. He was like, Adwoa, I was like, yeah. Am I seeing what I'm seeing? I was like, yes, we are pregnant. He left everything, grabbed me, and like twirled around. It was like, oh my gosh, that was beautiful. We were so happy to the point, it was incredible feeling. So the pressure, like, in the beginning that his father was giving me, like, I was like, oh my gosh. It just came down. I was like, oh my gosh, I am finally pregnant. But we kept it for the first trimester. But I told my mom, no, my mom knew already. So I told my dad next, and he was so happy. Oh my gosh, the look in my parents' face was like priceless. It was incredible. They were both so happy for me. And Kay, they called Kay to congratulate him. Kay, why did you get the most congratulations? Huh? He got the most congratulations. Yeah, but I truly believe, like, when you have a daughter or a son and they do get married, it's very important to give them space and time for them to be able to figure out, because some couples, they don't want to have children right away. Them um conceiving unexpectedly, sometimes it could put a strain on them, because some of them may feel that they are, or they aren't financially stable enough to have children, and sometimes it can cause a lot of stress and pressure on both couples, or one of the couples, because one may want to keep the child, the other one may not be ready for it, and it needs to they have to have like effective communication to have clear understanding, or compromise, meet in the middle to make sure that this is something that the two of us will need to like figure out, because one person cannot make a decision for two people. That's why we need to be sensitive and receptive to certain things when couples are going through things. So, Elizabeth, Apomutu saying, good to see you. Hey, I see you working out, oh, Charlie. You're not giving it a you crowd. I'll be watching and I'll be like, wow, that's awesome. But happy weekend to you also. Thank you. So, like, we need to be able to. My glasses. I need my Peaches Love. Okay. Hi, how are you? Quiz. How are you? So, like, haven't. Oh, it's quite okay, sis. Oh, enjoying their politics. What's going on? Is it election time, or they just having some debates about what's happening? Hmm? Yeah, I see you working out, eh, Charlie? I don't know, like, Me with the machines and stuff like that, I feel like I might do it wrong. So I just do it without that. Hmm. But it's not easy. It's not easy, especially if you do it and you leave some time in between that. It's a whole lot. It takes a while to get back to where you were before. Zach, what's up? So when you have two people in a relationship or like married, right? Families, friends, people needs to leave them alone. Let them enjoy each other, and figure out and be more relaxed emotionally, psychologically, physically. Because when a woman's body is stressed, and they are too emotional, it don't matter how many times a man will go to the road, she will not get pregnant. And at times, a woman not being able to conceive has nothing to do with the woman. It could be the problem could be coming from the man, because we do have some men who do have low sperm counts. This is the reason why it's very important before the two of you even get serious in your relationship and even start having any type of sexual activities. You need to go and check yourselves to make sure that the two of you are compatible, that there is nothing wrong. uh, if the relationship going to go further, yes, yeah, we will be voting next week. Really? I see. Good luck, guys. Very educated. Keep it up. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that. So, like you tell, like you have to, even like before, if you are in a relationship and there's going to, you guys going to uh have, want to start having sex, right? You need to check yourself first to make sure that you both safe, because having sex is like a big step, right? And you need to make sure that you old enough to have that, to take that that step. Don't allow your partner to pressure you to do something that you're not ready for, right? Because I think when it comes to sexual interaction, it should be the woman's decision to decide if she's ready to take that steps, and the man needs to exercise patience. They can't be too uh, aggressive in ways of, with the pressure. Like some women even do take those steps to soothe their partners, desires, because they think that if the man asks them for it and they refuse them too long, nah, he will step outside their relationship or their marriages. So sometimes, people, some women give in to having sexual interaction with the man because they feel that by giving it up, that's what's going to tie them down. But that's not true, right? You need to be able to stand on, keep, follow through your standards. Whatever it is, your morals, your principles, don't break it because you want to soothe somebody's desire. A lot of people do make that mistake. Don't make that mistake. Whatever it is you believe in, stick with it. If the man loves you and cares for you, for both your emotional, psychological, physical well being, they will wait along with you. They will be patient. But it's important for women to let whoever that they start dating know, I'm not ready to have any type of sexual activities. There won't be any kissing for now or having sex. We can hold hands.
Yeah.
We'll mean, Chiake? What do you mean, Kay? Oh my goodness. Kay said Chiake. Why not? So you guys don't want us to be truthful to you guys? Because you will want to get to know the person first. Like for instance, we didn't start doing that for almost a year, for a couple months before, like you didn't say Chiakai at the time. So I mean, like, it's always good. You have to have conversation, discussion about it. You can't just, expect. And then we do have some women when they dating, right? And they go out to lunch or dinner, they will bring some friends along and, have the men pay so much money. And there are some men, if you have them spend a lot of money, they are ready to to get paid, right? It's tick for tack. They're ready to get something back. So don't put yourself in the situation that will likely, um, cause you to lose something precious to you. You know, we and then we do have both men and women who lie to themselves and others just to belong or to soothe others. I just don't understand. Like, if you don't have something, you don't have it. If you can be something, you can be. Just be honest with yourself and your significant others. Be transparent. And if you truly care for someone, but you know what? I understand when I think about some things, right? And people that I know who have gone through stuff, and even myself, there are some things that we tend to ignore, right? Because some of us, we see the yellow flags and the red flags, but we don't want to do nothing about it because most women, because for me, I'm not innocent in this. When Kay and I started dating in the beginning, I saw one or two things that I personally did not like. And he saw one or two things, or even more, that he personally did not like about me. But my um mentality at the time was that once we get married, I'm gonna get him to stop. Very naive thinking. And then when we got married, I find out the hard way that I couldn't change my husband. He needed to change on his own. And the change came about with him and with me when we were both able to have clear understanding of each other's personality, our likes and dislikes, and also being able to learn some coping skills, how to talk with one another, how to use our active listening, being able to be being receptive to compromising, supporting one another, and caring for ourselves. You're also taking care of our mental stability and everything. So there's always a chain reaction to everything that we do, right? When you do one thing, it will connect to another. Once it breaks, it means that something is not right over there. So you need to figure out what to connect from the end of the chain that broke to connect it back together. So it's like you move from one to another, and as you go, you connect the dots, right? You have to keep connecting the dots. Just like when you build a foundation, maybe in the beginning of our relationship, our foundation was not stable. But now, when I think back and see where we at, we have effective communication, we have trust, we have commitment, we have loyalty, we have compromise, we have support, We have mutual respect. We have so many other, coping skills that we have established. So as time goes on, you need to be able to add more to it and figure out what best works for you, right? If you listen to other, couples, sometimes you may find that, we're missing this. How do we implement that into our own foundation? Would that be beneficial to us, or would it hurt us at this moment? So that's when the communication comes in. The two of you talk about it and figure out if that will help. Because when you are in a healthy relationship or a healthy marriage with clear understanding, right? You need to understand that when you're making decision, it cannot just be about you alone, because there are two of you. It takes two to tango. You know, if you making a decision as a married man or a married woman, or someone who is in a relationship, a committed relationship, and the decision that you're making will only benefit you, right? And it will not benefit your partner. Meanwhile, you claim you love your partner and you care for your partner, then you are a selfish partner. You only think for yourself. You don't think for nobody else. So you are most likely to harm your partner down the line. Sometime during your union, you will do something that will be harmful to your partner. And that's not what people go into relationship with. But people tend to change. They say, fear human. Hmm. But it's true. Onipa, neja is samai. Fear human and leave the dead. Mhm. Yeah. So, like, decisions that we make, it needs to be able to also benefit our partner. And if you feel that it's something that needs to happen, then you have a conversation with your partner. You have a conversation with your partner, and come to a clear understanding. There are some couples, they hardly even talk to each other because they don't have that ability to do so, right? Which is something that really is harmful. You finish? That is harmful to not just your partner, because when if you want to succeed, it's either you doing it individually, and if you are in a committed healthy relationship, you do it along with your partner. And sometimes you may have conversation with your partner, and your partner may encourage you to go ahead and implement that, because they believe in you that you are capable of doing it on your own without their support. If they need to support you somehow emotionally, they will do so, or physically they will do so, but the two of you need to come to an understanding. I mean, we do have some couples that they hide things from each other. They don't practice teamwork. They're not transparent. They do their own things because that's what it is that makes them happy. But as long as the two of you understand each other, I don't see why not. Things cannot be forced on anyone. We just need to do things the way we see fit. But when it revolves around another person, I think the best possible way to go about it is to do the right thing. Don't just make decisions on your own, knowing full well that what you're doing can possibly harm your partner. Then you're not a good person. Mhm. Somebody be like, "What do you know?" Because I'm sure if um it's the other way around, you will want to be part of the conversation, right? So moving on. Now, I had a friend that I spoke to 2 days ago, And he asked me a question, and I was like, you know what, this will be the perfect question to also put it out there when I do program. So he had asked, if you are a father to a child that you raise, and years later, you, the father, you find out that you are not the father of that child or those children, what should the dad do? And do you and how do you undo the bond that the father and the daughter, or the father and the son, have built, right? The love and the bond that they have developed with the child or with the father over the years. How do you undo that? Is it possible to not love someone, or to, like, shatter the bond that you have built with someone? So when he asked this question, I am not a father, so I cannot speak for most men. But I can share knowledge that I I have, that I think makes sense. And being a mother, like, of course, if you have a child and that child is not your own, it means there was a mistake done at the hospital. Either your child was switched at birth with someone, or something happened and they replace somebody else's child with you. That is crazy, right? But when I have both my children, I ask the nurses for them to let me see my child's face, and also for them to tell me the exact time that my child came out to this world. Because Ghanaians, we name our children on the day that they were born. So, from my understanding, or from the knowledge that I have, it's not easy. It will never be easy on the father. There's going to be denial in the beginning, and then, from denial to anger, uh being shocked. How? There's going to be a lot of questions going through that man's head. Like, how is that possible? I've been with this woman for this long. How can our child not be my child? What did I not do right? What did I do wrong? How can she betray me? You know, um, there's going to be a whole lot. It's going to affect, of course, his emotions, mentally, and he's also going to have some doubt in many ways, many aspects. And then probably start going through the list of male friends that the wife or the baby's mother are friends with. Is it one of them? Like, and that's a lot to have to deal with as a father. You take care of a child, and then years later you find out that you are not the child's father. Sometimes this instances comes out when a partner start having doubt, because the children or the child does not have any of his futures, or a father might fall sick and they might need um, something from their child, and then when they do the blood work. Thank you for whoever is tapping. Hey, Sister Vivinash, what's up? Uh, So, Queen, how are you? So it's like, if they have to do some blood work, DNA, will show that the father is the dad or the father is not the dad, which is not easy. There was a video, and I think sometime last 2 years, and I even share on my platform. There was this man, he's very old now. I forgot what age he is, but he and his wife have been married for 3 4 decades, like over 30 years, 40 years, and they have 2 children. And his brother got sick, and they had to do some tests to see which of his children matches their uncles. And he find out that he wasn't the dad to any of the children, and he could not believe it. He was shocked, and he started sharing more information that, first of all, he was not happy in the marriage, but he stayed in the marriage for their children, their 2 children. Now he finds out that he sacrificed all that for nothing, because both the children were not his biological children. I mean, how do you deal with that? Lady Lawrence, yeah. Hi, how are you? So he was like, he's going to get a divorce now because, that's his goal, to divorce the wife because she betrayed him. She had him raise 2 men. One of the child was in his 40s. That's how long they've been together. And he's not the dad. You can tell the hurt. You can tell and hear the hurt. And you can see the hurt in his eyes, and tell and hear the hurt in his voice. He got very emotional talking about this type of betrayal. And if it wasn't for the fact that his brother got sick and they needed to test the family, he wouldn't have known. He will probably go to his grave thinking that those 2 men were his children. And I cannot fathom with how a woman can be so cruel and conceive for someone else and have another man take care of that child. Why? I can't speak for such people because it's despicable. We do have some women who choose to have another man, whoever that they feel is financially stable, take care of them and their child, knowing full well it's another man's child. I don't know why. That's wickedness to the core. Some do that. They know. Every woman knows their child's father because we know ourselves. We know who we sleep with and stuff. But listening to this man, it was so sad. I felt so bad for him. How? How do you sleep with someone, conceive for that person, and then you put it on another man to take care of you because that man is financially stable? Then why don't you acquire that yourself and take care of yourself, being that your choice of partner then is not to your standards? So that man can go through a whole lot. But he was like, it's too late now because he's not young no more. He can't go back and have another child. He's a retiree. Like, when is he going to have another child and raise that child? He knows it's done and over with. He can't go back on that. But Emmanuel, Ejare, I want to say, good to see you. Oh, thank you for the love, bro. So, when I saw his video, it really touched my heart. And I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know how this man, but it's also good for him to know rather than, leave this world thinking that he has children and he does not have children. I mean, like, oh my gosh, then he can choose to donate all his property and everything to charity. Sometimes people do that for a reason, because how can you um lie to someone that you claim you love for over 40 years? Your two children were none of them were his children, and he took care of them. He paid for all their college, oh my, expenses and everything. Now he's no more. Like, I don't get it. How do people do that? So it's like, if a dad find out like he has a bond with those children, but like, it will be hard for him to undo the bond that he has built with them and the love that he have built with them over the years, right? But as time goes on, because of the anger, the hurt, the grief, the pain, um, so many emotions going to be the mixed emotions that he's going to be feeling, he will likely uh put some of that on those children, the two men. Now it's not their fault that their mother lied to the person that they thought was their father. I mean, those two men are also, their life is going to change completely, because the person that they grew up with, the person who raised them from being conceived as a baby, a toddler, adolescent, teenagers to their manhood, that they know as their father, they're going to find out that he's not their biological father. He raised them, but he's not their biological father. So the both men and their father were conceived by their mother. I don't know how people like are able to do something like that. How do you lie to your children, your own children, about who their fathers are, unless the man knows who their dad is and they just using this man? Like, it's very difficult. So as I said earlier, I can't speak for the man, who raised someone else's child, and then when the child gets older, they find out that they're not the dad. How they feel, the emotions and the struggles, the challenges that they will go through. Of course, I put some out here. Like, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be very hard, and of course, divorce is going to go up on the roof, because most men will, the first thing, they will want a divorce because you lied to them. Crystal, I don't care. Na ɔde adom yɛn ampa. Amen and amen, bro. So it's always going to be hard. It's going to be hard. However, let's just say like your child, right? Your daughter, your son, they don't know nobody but you as the dad. And the mother cannot even, you know, tell the children who their father is. As someone who raised these children, can you just give them up and say their mom lied to you, so you no longer, and if you don't have the chance to go back to turn the clock and have children, because you are all they know to be their dad, they don't know anybody else. How do you go about it, right? Do you just give up on them, or you can adopt them? Well, most people, most men would be pissed off that the woman lied to them. So some of them will probably like just give everything up. They would distance themselves and block everyone. They will not even want to be in those children's life. That's crazy. It affects the children or the adults now, knowing that the father that they have, Sister Lydia Champon, I'm to say, the father that they grew up knowing is no longer their father. I don't know why some women do that. Be truthful, speak the truth, don't lie. If the person that you are with is not the dad, just be truthful. If they want to be with you, great. If they don't want to be with you, let them go. Anthony, what's up? Okay. So let me move on to, hey, is that time will call? 1 hour, 15 minutes already. Mommy said you should. I see a friend. Okay. Okay. So let me move on to our mental health, right? Um, which is something that many people don't pay attention to. Nowadays, I just feel like after the pandemic, a lot of things are happening, and some of us, we don't take time for ourselves to take care of us, right? We can look for our partners, other people to take care of us. This is why it's always important for us to develop our mind. When you don't learn to develop your mind, right, what happens? You will be receptive to anything, everything, even if it's beneficial or non-beneficial for you, you take it in, and then before you know it, you find yourself going on a spiral. Our mental health should be our first priority. We need to be able to learn to accept less nonsense. Uh-huh. We shouldn't be receptive to nonsense and foolishness. Speak the truth and confront people if you need to, right? Don't condone with liars, gossipers, people who always comparing unnecessary copycatting and all that. Don't engage in that because it's not going to be beneficial. Need time for yourself. Take time for yourself. There's a reason why workplace they have sick hours, they have vacation hours, they have personal hours. You have some people, they don't want to take vacation hours because at the end of the year the workplace will pay them. They'll give them a check so they'll be able to like we our life is worth more than the money that we're making. So we have people who work. Salary is high, and then later on in their life, the money that they save, they need to use that money to take care of themselves because they end up being sick. Some people are restricted to their bed. They cannot even function or move on their own without someone supporting them. Is that worth it? No. We need to take care of ourselves when we can. Being able to wake up in the morning, walking, being able to move your hands, your eyes, your neck, like doing things on your own is a beautiful thing. So we need to continue to take care of ourselves, right? Eating healthy food. Me, I love my wachi, jollof, rice, fufu, and all that. I love those. That's just me. But some people don't like that. I cannot get up in the morning and have tea and bread. Though. That is not going to be enough for me. I can't. Maybe in the nighttime, I can drink tea. But There's no need for me to eat bread and stuff like that. Oh, I'm weird because in sometimes in the afternoon I will actually eat some bread, slice of bread and stuff with peanut butter. But then in the morning I eat banku, dokon. Oh my gosh, wachi jollof rice. And every once in a blue moon, I will have rice water. I don't know, but ah, it's crazy. Even when I go to Ghana, um, I eat the same way that I eat here. Never do cocoa, and no, I don't do any of that. Yeah, in the night, if I did not eat before 6 o'clock, it's around 7, 8 o'clock, I'll just make a cup of tea, and then that will be it. If I have snack in the house, I will probably likely have snacks. But snacks literally actually will put pounds on your body. Yeah. Because the healthy snacks, they taste nasty. I don't like healthy snacks, but we should be learning to eat healthy snacks. The unhealthy snacks, yummy. They taste really good. But going on vacation, it doesn't necessarily have to be going to Ghana. You can travel around the explore the European places. I think my next trip will be going to probably likely where maybe Italy to visit some of my in-laws over there. Paris, I have some friends over there. Germany, I have some friends over there. UK, those are the places for now. Uh-huh. It's not every time we got to go to Ghana. Yes. Hello, Michael. God. Gabriel, how are you? I need my glasses, so I should have put on my glasses. It's crazy. See me squinting my eyes. It's not good. Okay, taking vacation. And sometimes you can take a day or 2 days, right? Or a week off. I think a week, that would be lovely. Um, Getting some massages. Hey, how many of you get massages, right? You have to go and get massages. We have some men, when their wives goes and get massages, they ask them question, was it a man who gave you the massage or a woman who gave you massage? Oh my God. Some of you are so freaking insecure. Saying no, right? When people ask you for things and stuff like that, learn to say no. You don't have to say yes, yes all the time. I'm a more no than a yes when it comes to as a parent, raising our kids, like because you have to train your children. Eat. Brother Ken Atu, long time no see. Thank you for liking it. It's been a long while. Where have you been? How was your Valentine? Yeah. Did you what did you do on your Valentine's Day? Say because sometimes we have some significant others, some family members, some friends, like they expecting you to always help them financially, support them. Even sometimes you yourself is going through a lot, right? You are stressed, you need time for yourself, but you always put others' needs ahead of you. No, you can't do that. You can't continue to do that because you're harming yourself. You need to be about prioritizing your personal needs first. You always, when it comes to self everything, you have to be selfish. Yeah, you can be selfish when it comes to taking care of yourself, prioritizing yourself first. Because if you do not take care of you, no one else will. Trust in me. No one will. When you have it going on and you doing everything, you on your feet, everything. Yes, yes, yes. You would think you have a lot of people in your corner. Wait till something happens. Then you're going to see who your true friends are. So you take care of yourself, your personal need. Saying no is a must. You say, like, no, I'm sorry, I can't help. You know, if you can assist and support someone in a way that will not affect you, of course, but you don't need to say yes all the time. Learn to say no. You need to move individually. Individually. Um, uh, as I said earlier, be selfish with your self care. Pay attention to your body. We need to pay attention to our body. You know, like, um, I remember, I remember when I was younger, like my mom, I remember like she used to, when she was sick and trying to get up, because my mom was like very skinny. I remember up to age 21, my mother was very skinny and she had like 4 kids. But then when she started working overnight, because she changed her shift from afternoon, from morning to afternoon to overnight. And when she changed her shift to overnight, she, as time went on, she put on some weight. And I remember like she would sit down, and when she's getting up from a couch or sofa, she would be like, oh, my knee, this and that. And she had a motor vehicle accident, like someone hit both her and my dad. Thank God they were both safe. But she hurt her knee, and she had to had a surgery, so they replaced her knee, right off one of her knees. And she's been having some issues with it, especially in the winter time. So I remember, like, when she's getting up, she will make a lot of noise and stuff like that. And I'll be like, oh my gosh, mom. She was like, just wait, you getting older. Now, like, when I sit on the floor, like right now I'm doing, once I go off and I'm trying to get up, I hear myself saying the same thing. I'm like, oh, my knee. So when you're a child and you see your mom or your dad saying things, please be quiet. Don't say nothing. Let it be. We need to pay attention to our body, work on our likes and our dislikes, the ones that we feel maybe we can work on it, fine. If you don't like something and you feel like there's no way in the future you will still like it, thank you. Oh my God. Uh Kingsman Atom. Bro, thanks. So if you know that no matter what, you will not like it, please just delete, delete things that we waste time working on, that we know we're not going to have a need for it. It doesn't make sense to me, because common sense to tell you shouldn't waste your life or your time on unnecessary things that are beneficial. That's what you pay attention to and do. And we need to get enough sleep. Some of us don't sleep well. Some people they develop insomnia because they are stressed. They working too much. They don't, excuse me, 2 3 jobs, so they don't get to have enough sleep. Make sure even taking a nap on your day off here and there. Most times when we are off, that's when we do most work. Cleaning, going back and forth, it's a lot. Take some time, get some rest. Make sure your body gets enough rest. Relax. Again, go and get massages. when it comes to principled people always fight for what they believe in without wavering from what they believe in. It is important to stand up for what you believe in. Some people choose not to change because they are afraid of failing or not measuring up and not having the ability to be the change. Don't expect everyone around you to change, yet you stay the same. Mm-mm. That's not gonna fly. That's not gonna work. It's not even realistic. You need to be able to learn to change, right? In life, don't think it's your partner's responsibility to take care of you. You need to take care of yourself. So let me do some promo. Yes, yes, yes. Let me go here. Hmm. Okay, so I have my sister Arabi, Nana Araba. She used to work with Challenge Enterprises of Ghana as a digital marketing officer, but she still helped them sell their Christian books. Their website is www.challengebookshop.com. So you go over there, you see different kinds of books for you to be able to get your own. If you need them, any of the books in Chi version, you reach out to Arabi, Nana Araba, and she should be able to help you with that. But she does have her own business, Lulu's Niche. She does a CD, advertisement, whatsoever. Like if you have a business, you need someone to promote that for you, she will be able to do that. And then we have lunchtime talk, Sister Awomirikwa. You go to her Facebook. She has done a lot of programs regarding life issues and whatsoever. She does coaching, talk about trending issues, and a lot of other things. Very educational programs. She has Sister Sika Educate. She does trending issue as well, life issues, and so many others. She used her own personal experiences also to educate and also do so much. So, yeah, check them out. And then the shirt that I'm wearing, Sister Sage Williams, she made it for me. Like, let's just say you want to have a shirt that you want to put your favorite nickname on it or like write something to make you feel good, you can reach out to Sister Sage Williams. You go to sageshare.com to get some of her authentic merchandises. The t-shirt, it has different patterns, different designs, very nice shirt. You can use it to dress casually or moderate, whichsoever. If you go in her website sageshare.com and you see some shirt, you see designs that you like to have but you don't see the color that you want, don't leave, just order them. There's a comment box that you can tell her the color you want in the pattern that you chose. And if you are having trouble choosing which color, by all means, you should be able to, like, you could ask her for her suggestion and she will be able to pick out. Like this color of shirt. Actually, she's the one, Sister Sage, Lady Coco, known as in TikTok. She's the one that picked this one for me, and she has my name in there printed out for me. Um, she said dresses also one size fits all. Is 85% of that. 15%, you need to have a 32 inches waist to get yourself into those dresses. Um, and then she has cream with shea butter in there, jewelries, beads, scarf, handbags, and other accessories. So your email address is a must. Your phone number is optional. Her customer service is fantastical. If she tells you you're gonna get your package on this day, you will get it. She will send you the tracking number, so you should be able to track it. By me, she sent it to me. I don't even pay attention to it. When they arrive, she already know that they delivering it today, and she will let me know. And sure enough, it will come through. I have been, um, buying some stuff from her for the past over 3 years, and I have not have any issues at all. If you purchase something that um she is out of stock, she will refund your money to you. You can choose to decide what you want to use that money for, but it will come back to your account. Right, Manuel, how you doing? Okay. Okay. Cherry Blossom. Oh, that's nice name. Very positive. Put a smile in my face. How you doing? Okay, so let's support Sister Sage Williams. The shirts, the stuff, the items. They're very authentic. Very nice. So, and then we have our sister and Belinda Ejare. She does have an African market in the Bronx in New York, B&B African Caribbean Market located at 1163 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 10456. So if you travel to New York, stop by her store. It's in the Bronx, in a good neighborhood, to get the best African food to support our sister Belinda, for sure. And then we have Sister Aisha Ankra. She doesn't do program, but she does sell Juice Plus natural supplement. I would recommend for anyone to get the Omega. Helps with the joint pains. Having your energy, everything. I've been taking that since 2020. She also sell some kitchenware. Play sets. If the shipment costs more than how you purchase the item, she would direct you to go elsewhere. She also sells Avon products, but for the Avon product, you need to reside in UK for you to be able to get that. And then we have our sister Ya for the Atobra. It's like Ya for the Atobra. She has written 6 books. I have written one, and then you have Sister Ya Boatma Boatin Russell. She had written one. So the three of us, we do a program on TikTok every other Saturday. This Saturday coming, yes, we'll be live, and it's called Authors Hub Y2A. The Y2 is Yafoda Tabra, Yabwatma Boatin, Russell, and Adwoa Odo, of course. When we come, our mission is to empower each other and women. The men, you guys are welcome to be part of the discussion, the conversation. We on that platform, we come to teach and learn and have a productive, constructive discussion. There's no insult, disrespect, nothing whatsoever. If you disagree with someone, we need to agree to disagree, but it needs to be done respectfully. We come live 10 a.m. MST time, and then 12 p.m. EST time. And then the other Saturdays that we don't do Authors Hub, she does come live on Facebook. Her Facebook account is Antilla's Book Corner. The YouTube account is Antilla's Book Channel. On Saturday, she comes at 11 a.m. MST time, 1 p.m. EST time, with co-host Sister Ya Boatin Russell. She also have Antilla's Own It Academy coaching and book publishing services. So if you have a story to tell, she can coach you for you to write your own book, because she was my coach for my book that came out, Unveiling My Life, a guideline to breaking free and reclaiming my life. And she can also ghostwrite for you if you choose that path. The books that she has written, the first book is Inspirational Book, Reflection of My Thirsty Soul. The second book is my personal favorite. I love all her books. It's The Beauty of a Woman's Heart. The third book is Refreshing for My Weary Soul. It's a devotional book. The fourth book is the number one bestseller at Amazon. Own It, a guideline to taking accountability, responsibility of your own journey. The fifth book is My Unapologetic Self. The sixth book is A Call for Prayer. So you go to Amazon, you will find all those books at Amazon, good price too. And then Sister Yabwatma Watson Russell, we have Echoes of Yabibi, Our Chronicles. You put in her name and it will pop up. So go and support our sister. Our brother Isaiah Crunchy also came on yesterday. He has published some books at Amazon. Put in his name, Isaiah Crunchy, and all the books that he has written will pop up for you to get your own copy to support one another. Oh, okay. So what else? All right. So, today I'm going to oh, I almost forgot. On Saturdays, at 7:30 Ghana time, Soko Samuel Koso and I do come live for marriage lessons. We normally talk about general topic. Every once in a while, we limit it to for married couples. Like yesterday, we spoke about churches and measures. We started last week and we did part 2 yesterday. So every Saturday at 7:30 Ghana time, we come live on Facebook and then I stream it on TikTok. So you guys do join us when you come, invite friends, like, share. And also Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Ghana time, which is the one that I'm doing right now, is life issues. I do it in English and on Sundays, and on Saturdays with Suffer Samuel. So we do it in Chi because we kind of like limit that to Ghanaians on Saturdays program. Sundays is like across board. So when you come through, by all means, don't hesitate, share your opinion because I'm not only here to like talk, teach. I'm here to also learn. So if I do, on Sundays, the topic is normally either freestyle discussion or open talk. I leave it open because I don't want to limit the topic, whereas someone has a questions or have some pressing issues and it feels like you're going outside from the topic that you brought on. I don't want to do that. I don't want to mislead people. So I leave it open and do a freestyle. So anything goes with the exception of insult, disrespect. I don't talk about politics, but every now and then something might come up and someone might bring something out. That's fine, but I'm not going to talk extensively about politics. No. And Radha Verma, yeah, how are you? So this is, what happens like in the past when I have like some extra time, I will pop up here and there, but I have so much. I'm doing a couple projects and stuff like that between work and everything. So I haven't been like popping up a lot. But some of the programs that I have done with Sofo Samuel Koso all by myself, every now and then I will take a little clip here and there and post it on my page. So when you see my videos out there, like it, and join in, tune in. Don't be shy. You can come on and also talk about some things that are pressing or ask questions. I will answer to my best ability. I promise. If I don't know, I'll go and learn and we'll come and talk about it. Maria Bennett, how are you doing? So it's always a pleasure, having you guys here. I thank you to all those who gave me all the likes. I appreciate that. Gives bless blessings to you guys. Every time when I come, like I forget to share. I don't know. Sometimes I get so caught up so many things. forget. Rami, I don't know. Okay, Rami said like when she comes, she doesn't see me. I don't know why. A lot of people saying that they don't see me when I come live, but I don't know what else to do to change that. So if they see me, they see me. If they don't see me, I'm sure at some point. Hey, Brother Ankara, I have to call Brother Ankara and check on him. We haven't spoken this month. Yeah, so I need to call, check in on him. Yes, yes, yes. I need to do that. So, you know, today I focus mostly on pressure. Hey, Mr. Booker K, it's Mr. Yesterday was Mr. Booker's birthday. Yes, yes, yes. So you need to go and wish him happy birthday. Wifey already put it up here yesterday. That's good. And the picture that she put up, oh my goodness, he looking all handsome and everything. Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah. So I mean, when it comes to, don't allow people to pressure you to do things that you don't want to do. Everything that you do in life, make sure that that's what you want, right? um don't race, don't run foolish race, just to catch up. Oh, Sister Sage, no problem. You are most welcome. We need to support one another all the time. So, and those who wants to lose weight and exercise, to keep your body nice and firm, there are so many different exercise that you can do, just to keep yourself well and be active. We need to be active. A lot of times some people don't think like, I have to do this and this. No, no pain, no gain. So we need to be able to do that and just be healthy. Um, don't push yourself too much. Just do the best that you can. I'm just trying. As I was saying, Sister Elizabeth, tell us, like, I see her using the machine and all that. I cannot do that. I just do home exercise and stuff here and there. I prefer that. Yeah. I don't want to stress myself. Because sometimes if you're doing something and you don't have the proper people around, you can entrap yourself. And I don't want to do that. Christina, what's up? How you doing? Princess. Oh, nice. Beautiful name. Okay. Let me see who else. Oh, I just came on, so I'm sure many people came and gone, so I can't see them. Sister Vivian Johnson, how are you doing? Uh-huh. So we just need to take care of ourselves, but don't allow anyone to pressure you to do anything you do not want to do. Okay, we need to empower ourselves, love ourselves, care for ourselves, evaluate ourselves every 3 months to 6 months, or within every year. Evaluate yourself. How did you do last year? How are you doing this year so far? Develop our own mind, right? Let us make decisions for ourselves and stop going to people. We also need to limit the information that we tell our friends and people who are closer to us, because not everybody closer to us are for us, right? So we have to shine our eyes. We have to be very careful. If you want to start a business, if you want to do something, don't go and tell nobody. Get it done afterwards. Then if people wants to know and they want to learn, you can educate them, right? It's not by force for you to know someone. Stylist, how are you doing? So until then, I'll see you guys next week, Saturday, with Suffer Samuel Okoto at 7:30 Ghana time, and then with marriage lesson, and then Sunday with me, just me, for life issue So yeah, take care of yourself, enjoy life. Don't listen to empty barrels, right? Because empty barrels make the most noise, right? Take care of yourself and each other. Bye, guys. Much love. Thank you. Okay, so let me see.